I want to welcome everybody to our Make Websites a Breeze Kickstarter project, and I'm really pleased and honored today to introduce you to Ed Lemmers, and he developed the Breeze. Ed, if I could ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Well, Ed, what's the Breeze and why did you start it?
Well, I've been in the business for over 30 years, and a lot of my clients, need someone to build a website, but they also want to be able to maintain the content themselves. They don't want to have to wait, 2 weeks for the web guy to update the phone number on the contact page.
Right.
It gets ridiculous, and it just shouldn't require a programming genius to make changes like that to a website.
Mm-hmm.
Things need to be easier to do, and if you happen to be a programming genius, you still want things to be logical and not consume man months just trying to troubleshoot mundane things. You want to be able to get in there and design what you need to do and get the job done. And the Breeze also is a much more logical system than what you find out there, and it gives you a lot of power to do exactly that. It has a CSS and menu editor that's buttons and knob kind of interface.
Uh-huh.
It has a really nice, well-engineered plugin system, unlike other systems out there.
Well, how's it different?
A designer can create a plugin in as little as a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
And once a template or plugin is in the Breeze, anyone can easily customize the look of whatever the dynamic content is that's generated by the plugin.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the security issues that you find in most other systems that were originally developed out of blogging programs.
What's the problem with that?
Well, it's just a whole different concept of security, or actually a total lack of thought about security.
Uh-huh. And what's the impact on a programmer, like with plugins, for example? You're saying your plugins are developed better, and why are yours better than things that are developed on blog-based systems? How is that better for a designer?
If you follow the simple steps for building a plugin, it'll inherently be very secure.
Oh, okay.
Plugin design offers a very high degree of isolation between the core system files and the developer's plugin files.
Okay, well, what's the advantage of that?
The advantage is that when you upgrade the system, you're not going to break the plugins. They'll continue to work.
Okay, so with blog-based systems, when you upgrade the system, like for security, which they have to do all the time, the plugins keep breaking?
Right.
Yeah, okay. You basically are telling me you started the Breeze because you wanted to have these tools, right? What were the tools you were looking for?
Well, I needed something better than what was out there. That was I really needed some kind of ability to customize a website.
Uh-huh.
And just build it something that is going to be as usable and as powerful as an HTML editor such as Dreamweaver, but something that runs in a browser.
Oh, I see. So you wanted something to help you write the CSS code without any errors and manage templates and menus and things like that?
Well, that's another part of it. I've built websites where you have a design and then you copy the page, and then you do some things on that page, and then you wind up changing things, and then you do a cross-browser check and you find out the first page has some flaws, and then you try to change that, but it's not the same as the second or the other pages that you copied and created, and things get out of sync.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, with a content management system, you're reusing certain sections, like the border areas, the top and the bottom and the sides, so that you can keep a consistent design throughout.
Oh, I see. So it makes it easier to create it and easier to maintain it, right?
Absolutely. In fact, it's a lot faster to design a website in a Breeze website builder than it is to just use an HTML editor.
Oh, I see. I see.
And the other thing that you mentioned, when you actually are trying to write CSS, in a CSS file, you have to know the syntax, and you can spend hours on, looking for a missing semicolon or something that you don't understand. Well, in a Breeze website builder, I took all that knowledge and put a buttons and knobs interface in front of that to make it easy.
Right. And how does this benefit you as a website developer for your clients?
Well, the other thing that our clients always asked for was, hey, can I make changes to the website after you get done with it? And that's why I knew I needed to have a content management system, and I knew that all the clients want that, and at the same time I was very frustrated with the existing tools that were out there.
Okay. So people that are interested in the Make Websites a Breeze Kickstarter project, why should they get excited about what you've created for them?
Well, because it's a much better tool than what's currently available. Designers that do use it, they actually love this tool. And it's fairly intuitive to use for web developers, and even if you're a novice, just to go in and edit some content on the page is really a snap. I started the Breeze project a long time ago when most sites were actually built with simple HTML editors, and content management systems were just coming on the scene.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at using some content management systems. A lot of clients would come to me and say, well, I would like to be able to edit my site, after you build it. Is that going to be possible? And, after you build a huge website in, all straight HTML, you realize that, somebody could get in there and really mess things up.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried some different content management systems and spent hours trying to hunt down where certain things were in a template, and I was very frustrated. It was actually adding many hours to the project rather than making it go faster.
Mm-hmm.
I was very frustrated with these systems. So I realized, hey, I could build something a lot better than this.
Okay.
And so I started building a content management system. And from day one, the whole purpose of the Breeze was to facilitate making custom websites.
Mm-hmm.
At a later time, we did recognize that we were simply going to have the ability to deploy templates, and we've actually come up with something that's even better than the other systems, which are pretty much you deploy a template and add content to all the other content management systems that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the Wizard, which lets you build a website in 6 steps. It'll set it up with the pages you want, so the menus will already be set up the way you want. You upload your logo, you add a title, maybe a tagline, and boom, you have a website. You just have to add content.
Wow.
And it even has you can some of the plugins are offered in that stage. You can put a calendar right in there, right from the start.
So you've got a system that's got a plugin model then. That any plugin can go in there. How do you get the plugins that go in there?
Well, that's one of the best parts about the Breeze is it has a plugin model that's actually very well engineered.
Okay. Now, how does this stack up to some of the other systems that are out there, say like WordPress or Joomla or Drupal?
Well, something like WordPress is, even though it's the most popular system out there, actually offers the least amount of capabilities for customizing websites. Basically, the only thing anybody ever does with these systems is they install a template and add content.
Uh-huh.
And if you have to, customize the template, it's for whatever particular customer you're working for, it can be really difficult to find where all that code is hidden in these systems.
Oh, okay. So with the Breeze, you if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is you create it. It's a lot easier to create it. You can use templates and plugins, and then once it's created, it's a snap or a breeze to go in and update it. And you can, so simple that a client without a college degree can go in there and take care of their code.
Absolutely.
Okay. You were telling me how you were developing a plugin for the Breeze that's involved with OpenCart. What's the advantage of that?
Well, the OpenCart is one of my favorite shopping carts because it has so many different extensions. They call them extensions,
Mm-hmm.
which for shipping and payments and all kinds of different things. And they have actually a very similar model that we have. But this is a very powerful cart, and it's well done. Out of the box it looks pretty good. But I have purchased a few templates and then tried to customize those, and I can tell you that no novice has a chance to take that code and customize it. It just really requires very high level programming skills. So what I've discovered is that I've written code that I can interact with the OpenCart. I can get data in and also inject user input into the system. And what we're working on right now is a plugin that's going to put the OpenCart catalog right inside of a Breeze web page, so that you can then design your website, your shopping cart with the Breeze website builder.
Wow.
Which would be a piece of cake compared to hacking around in all those PHP files.
So somebody like me who has a little bit of skill with programming but doesn't want to spend my life knowing about OpenCart, I can go in there and customize it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Wow.
why I'm doing what I'm doing.